Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Houston Texans. Jamal Agnew now to return it. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Jamal Agnew on the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. Now he's into the clear. 20, 10. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Lions take over 1st.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
I don't think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. On 1st down, it's Watson, eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Texans push further out in front. And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Texans 14, Lions nothing. Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Lions Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
In the air and intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. To return, here's Agnew. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Agnew on the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 4th down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together?
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Texans will extend their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Texans 28, Lions nothing. Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First and 10.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try it. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39.
For a Lion.
It's a big play there for the Lions. And even 40 yards. Stafford throwing quickly. Complete out wide. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Stafford on first down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. Throwing again. Stafford, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler, shifts by him. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Back to throw, Watson. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Watson now to throw. Flush to his right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration.
And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, that means talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And this offense continues to pour it on. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And his throw here's incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. 30, the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, 78 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Watson on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Desmond Trufant. Well, sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want.
And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. And we now have a new single-game interception king, a record-breaking 5th pick there.
If that's not the true definition of a ball hawk, I don't know what is. That is absolutely phenomenal. What comes to mind quickly, partner, is one of the more recent ones to get to 4. D'Angelo Hall, a terrific player in his own right, but in this case, 5. That sets a brand new NFL record.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip it his timing at the line of scrimmage, have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now they try the right side here. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Watson looks to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Buying time to his, and that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Bailey now for the extra point.
The kick is good.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound. And my goodness, another interception. Look at picked up by Justin Reed. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
For the point after.
So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, look into the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is finally out of bounds across midfield at the 40-yard line.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's second and long. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Texans continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headline.
Baby.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
On the return. The Lions take over first.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. On first down, Stafford here. And now here's another interception. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. And sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
At the 41-yard line.
From the 41, Watson. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
24-yard gain.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they want.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
At the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones.
Stafford's back.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Marvin Jones.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Again, it's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And the Texans first down.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Flushed out right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. From the red zone now, Watson. Now Watson throws another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Dan Bailey lining up for the point after.
Oh, this is becoming tough to... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a wrap. And my goodness, another interception. McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
To Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. To return, here's Agnew. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 3rd and 2, Stafford. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception. There, and guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't, And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
The tackle made at the
4 yards the pickup, first down.
4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Texans.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. 24 yards. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown.
Dan Bailey.
So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
On the tackle.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 9-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Watson. Toward the end zone, but that that's going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Steps away to his left. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One last throw here for Stanford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Today's final score, Texans.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Texans, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.